Okay, so this works. Okay, so this live is working. All right, man. Because y'all don't understand what I had to go through to get this set up. Okay. Appreciate everybody for coming here. Um, just give me a few minutes. I just need to check some things on my end to make sure that the audio is actually working. See exactly what's going on with this live because I got more live popping off right now. And I'm just trying to make sure that the actual videos are working because there was an issue with the previous one. So I'm just trying to check and see exactly. The previous one. So I'm just trying to check. Okay, so the audio is working on here. Great. Okay, so let me just. I guess it ain't gonna work on the other screen. So I mean, it sounds like it's working good here. So we gonna do that damn thing today. We about to do it on here today then. Word, for real. Appreciate everybody for coming up in here, doing a live stream of the DJ Erica podcast today. This is my first time actually doing a full live stream. That means that everything's gonna be recorded live. So bear with me while I get myself set up on here. And we're gonna talk about a few of the hot topics that I told y'all about. Let me just try to get myself organized here. Make sure my audio is working here. There we are. Man, who knew trying to get a podcast set up could be such a thing, man. For real. Okay. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming in here. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, and we're going to get straight into the podcast. I'm about to get myself set up on Facebook Live right now. So just be patient, and we're going to jump straight into the hot topics, and we're going to talk about everything that I have listed above. And I appreciate y'all for coming up in here. Coming right over, y'all. Just trying to get this set up on Facebook Live real quick, and then we're going to just jump into these hot topics. All right. Thank you so much for your patience, y'all. I had to get myself set up. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Doing various videos right now at one time. This is so different to me. Um, but do me a favor if you are up in here and this is your first time coming up here. Of course, you know how I do. Make sure you guys share this. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. And make sure you guys comment. You know, I want to hear what you guys' opinions are with a lot of these hot topics we're going to discuss. This is, like I said, my first full live stream. I'm doing 3 cameras right now. So we about to see what we gonna do today. Okay, so anybody that's up in here is welcome. Welcome to the DJ J Erica podcast live right now. And of course, for most of the people that don't know where you can stream my podcast, is on Apple Podcasts, it's on Stitcher. Of course, it's also on Spotify. It's everywhere, pretty much. It's everywhere. If you guys like to see visuals of me talking, I'm currently on YouTube Live right now. So you guys, you can follow me right there. It's I am DJ J Erica on YouTube Live. And we just going to talk about a lot of current hot topics and things of that nature that's going on in the media. But before I get all into the celebrity news, let's just talk about the real and see how's everybody doing during this quarantine. I mean, this quarantine is going way longer than what I expected it. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I honestly thought that, okay, it started up the beginning of March and everybody's like, yo, go home from the day job, whatever. And at first I'm like, yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. I'm definitely, who don't want a break from their job for a little bit? You're thinking like, okay, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But now look at it. We in April and we still are basically stuck in the house on quarantine, which is very, very shocking. It's like shocking to me, like, because I thought, you know, by now things would be under control, and everybody would have did their little 14-day quarantine. Things would have cleared up, but unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be in this situation for a long time. And I know a lot of people have a lot of uncertainties. Are, you know, in dire straits right now. You know, some people haven't been able to pay their rent. A lot of things is being prolonged and pushed back. And for everybody that's out there right now, and my advice to you during this time, even if you do have the money, I would recommend getting a deferment on all your bills, so you can have time to get yourself reorganized. Because honestly, with stuff like this going on, you never know when you need that extra money. You don't know when you're going to need that extra money. For most people, they think like, okay, well, I make a certain amount. I know I'm going to have this certain amount of money in. I'm still going to pay my bills. I'm telling you guys, pay your major bills. Definitely pay all the major bills. But if it's something like student loans or something that you could go without paying and it's not going to affect you to the point where you can't survive, I would say get it deferred. I would recommend getting it deferred. Adjust my volume. I would recommend getting it deferred because I'm going to need that money for it. You know what I mean? And it just seemed like it's some new stuff going on every day. You know, especially with the direction and regard. You know, when we're supposed to be getting these relief checks and everything else, it's just like it's really unsure. Me personally, I know a lot of people are excited about like getting maybe that $1,200 or whatever. But me personally, I don't believe it until I see it. So I'm still out here working and out here figuring out situations for myself as if that money does not exist and moving stuff forward as I'm going to get assistance from the government, because we really don't know. We don't know if they're going to actually help us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are, of course, on social media and everywhere else, they're saying that they are going to help us. But, you know, sometimes you just get a little nervous and you're a bit unsure in regards to it. And you know how it is sometimes, you know, they have like notifications. Of course, you can't be backed up in child support. You know, that's the thing that will prevent you from actually getting the check that they were saying that they were offering us. And me personally, you know, I know for a fact that when I do, if that ever does happen, that's just going to be literally extra for me, because I'm going to make sure that even without that money, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through the next couple of months and the needed required bills will be paid with or without that $1,200. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people in the Black community and just in general is to prevent dependency of this check to check mentality. I know a lot of people out there, they do need those checks, but just in case something happens, make sure you guys plan accordingly as if you're not even going to receive a check from the government. Because if we're sitting here and we're just depending on them to save us, we might be in, a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? And trying to prevent myself from cussing here because I don't know who's listening. I want everybody to be able to tune in. But honestly, don't rely on just the government to save you. If you do get anything from the government, view that as extra, and just remember that it's not guaranteed. Don't get your hopes up high. Still focus on making sure that your bills and everything else is paid out of the actual money that you got from your job or whatever type of settlement or unemployment that you get from there. And I don't know, take that extra money. If they actually do provide the money, I would say pay your rent up the next couple of months. You know what I mean? Put you in a predicament where at least if you can't pay your electric, your gas, whatever, you got a roof over your head. Because honestly, it's about to get real out here. And with this whole thing is, with this quarantine, they're saying that, oh no, it's illegal. They can't evict you and all this other stuff. But we don't know exactly when those rules are going to change. They're saying that they're going to have landlords give people extensions and require for you not be able to get kicked out, or mortgages will be pushed back and stuff. But with a mortgage, it depends bank to bank, and I don't know if banks can make their own rules. But if it's an independent bank or it's not, like a federal based bank, or they don't have to fund it, this could end real ugly where you don't have a house if you haven't put any money on it. You want to risk and not pay. So I would recommend, if you do have the money, of course, put money on your house. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna defer something, try to get a deferment on the simple things that you can survive off of for now, which would be like a student loan not being paid, or I don't know, whatever. If you got something that you're leasing out or something like that, or just defer maybe your payments on your car to make sure at least you have a home to stay in. Because honestly, with all this stuff going around, disease and everything else, they really want us to stay inside the house and not be going anywhere. And the best thing you could do for yourself during that is protect yourself, make sure that you're good, make sure that your family good, and keep your asses in the house, man. Like, for real. And it's annoying to me because I keep seeing videos of people coming out and with their families and doing the regular smegular, like going to the park and everything else, but people aren't practicing social distancing. Now I'm trying to understand, there's nothing wrong with leaving your house and going out and going for a walk and getting a breath of fresh air. There's nothing wrong with that. But see, I don't know what it is about our people here, but they don't know when to just like, okay, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like they don't know the difference between social distancing and just because you outside, that don't mean that you can't give it to nobody. I think that's a misconception that people are thinking because they're outside and the person is 5 feet away from them in a park. That means it can't be passed on. This disease can be passed on anywhere. That means it can be passed on while you're at the park. Most of the places like festivals and stuff like that, they shut them down for a reason. Why would they shut a festival down? Because you're in a mosh pit, for instance, and people breathing on you, they sweating on you, all this bodily fluids being exchanged without you even paying attention to it, even noticing it. It's in the atmosphere, and if somebody coughs, somebody sneezes, it goes up to 20 feet, y'all. It goes up to 20 feet for most of you guys who don't know the science of that whole thing. Why people say cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. That's because when you sneeze, the germs fly. They fly everywhere. And then you inhale it. So for a lot of people that's out there right now thinking because you're going to the park and you're outside and the wind is blowing, that it don't matter if you still social distancing on people, or you think that it's okay for your kids to be out here playing with other children in the midst of this mess, you are sadly mistaken. You really don't even want your kids to be out there playing with nothing. You need to keep your kids in the house. I mean, the most thing you should have your kids, and I know kids, I'm not a parent, but I have nieces and nephews. I know how kids get down. I have to watch kids and often. And I know that they, sometimes they're rambunctious. Sometimes you don't want them in the house. You're overwhelmed as an adult of what you're going to be doing with your family, because some of you guys don't know how your family's going to eat through this whole situation. A lot of you guys are stressed out and everything else. So you feel like taking them to the park would be the best thing. That could possibly be the worst thing that you can ever do. You know why? Because kids carry germs. And most of the germs that's being passed around, people thinking it's an adult to adult, but when you have children, they're more likely to pass around more germs because they don't understand most of the time the importance, or just in general, the importance of social distancing, because they hug their friends, they slap their friends up, they have physical activities like playing at the gym, or like going to the park and playing on monkey bars and everything else. And let's be real. I mean, adults pick their nose. Kids pick at their nose, pick at places that they aren't supposed to that will carry germs. And by mistake, they'll accidentally pass the germs around, right? So it's important for everybody that I see you guys think that taking my kid out and getting him physically active is a good thing. And it could be a good thing if you keep their asses in like your backyard and away from the actual parks. Because if your child, for instance, pick their nose and then rub the monkey bars, and then little Johnny come over and rub the monkey bars, and this child's parent happened to have been at work and caught corona and didn't know they had corona, and then passed it to their baby, and then little Johnny come over, and now Johnny's touching the monkey bars, and then you not know, then your baby come over, your little cute little Johnny, little 3-year-old got all these germs on them, and then they touch your face, and now you got it, and it's how it continues to spread, people. So for everybody that's out there right now that has their children, at the park, playing, everything else, understand that you're putting your child at risk and putting the rest of your family at risk. And for everybody that's also like my age, I'm 28 years old, that's in this age demographic, that's in their 20s, you are an adult child for the most part until you hit your late 20s. I don't consider myself a child, I'm a grown woman. But for people that's out there, they still live with their parents. Be considerate of your parents' health, because I know for the most part, if you're about 28, your parents is in their 40s, 50s, shit. Some of them is in their 60s, depending on how late they done had you. If you are the type of person who like to be around your parents and stuff like that, don't be offended if your parents tell you, you can't come here. You can't come here. It's not safe. Because it's really, this disease is something that we as a generation has never dealt with. Now, granted, our ancestors have dealt with other diseases. Like we've had, they talk about the Spanish flu and stuff like that. And they talk about, if you look it up on YouTube, they talk about how people would cough, and basically like they would cough up their own lungs. This is how bad the Spanish flu was. And that generation lived through that, but we haven't, right? So this is new to us. We have to be precautious. The people back then, they listened to their leaders and everything else. We are a hard-headed group of people. And with that, like I said, a hard head make a soft ass, as they would say. And if you really are not, what's up, my brother? How you doing? If you really are not really focusing on what they're telling you and actually listening to them, this could get dangerous really fast. And this is why the United States is where they're at right now, is because we have a lot of hard-headed, grown adult children running around here in their feelings because they can't visit their parents, or they can't live with their parents, or they this, and this. And we have it spreading so much is because so many people in this age group, I'm not having to be one of them, and there's nothing against anybody else, but a lot of them live with their families. We happen to be a place where a lot of people, they're in their 20s, they still live with their parents. Now, when you're 20-something years old, you out in these streets, right? And you doing whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? And you're going to have your little girlfriends, your boyfriends, visiting, whatever you're going to do, what you feel is best for you. And you might not think of it, oh, me hanging out with my girlfriend or boyfriend is dangerous because now I done kissed them. You don't know what, if your boyfriend or girlfriend is working or actively working, you don't know who they've encountered. You don't know who they've been dealing with. So if they come up to you and y'all kissing or doing whatever y'all do, making exchanges, and then you happen to just want to go visit your mother, you know what I mean? Just like any other germs, it's the coronavirus will get passed that way. Because now they're saying that it's airborne. At first they didn't say, oh, it's not airborne. Now, me personally, between me and you, I knew about the coronavirus since like last year in December, because I had watched Lovely T. Shout out to Lovely T, by the way. She has a YouTube channel, and she discussed this whole situation in regards to the whole coronavirus pandemic and stuff like that was going on. It started in Wuhan, China. And she was like the first person to actually mention it. You know what I mean? And it was very interesting to see what she was talking about. And then I'm sitting there thinking like, man, when is the government going to get on top of this? Because what she did mention is that we're one world. You know what I mean? So if one person catches it, and then of course with the flights coming in and out, people coming in and out of China, everything else, this is how the pandemic started. And it's unfortunate because had the government jumped on this at the top of January or even at the end of December, none of this would have got as bad as it had. Now we're aware that they saying that Trump had fired the crisis management team, which is like a really bad decision on his behalf and his part for just the American people in general. This is the reason why it's so bad. But also it's just the slow reaction to the governors and just the government in general, the mayors, people, just general that knew about this and didn't do anything about it. This is why we're at where we're at. This is why we're stuck in this situation, and it seems like there won't be no ends to it. You know, I've seen videos, horrific videos, okay, of people's bodies. Like I'm in New York. Please pray for my state, okay, because we have the highest numbers. We have the highest numbers of disease being passed around, people dying from it, the highest numbers of infection in New York. Okay, and it's getting bad. I mean, they have trucks outside, like big old Mack trucks, and they're filling bodies up with them, picking them up. You know, using like your construction trucks and picking up bodies and putting them in there. They don't even know where they're going to bury these people. And the worst thing about it is, from what I'm hearing, is that they're at the point, and this is from the Washington Post, I think it was, or New York, I think it was a New York publication, it was legit news publication, saying that they're going to start burying bodies in the parks because they don't have any burial spots that's going to be left over once this is said and done. And they currently don't know where they're going to put these current bodies that's laying there. They don't know where to put them, which is like, it's horrific, yo. It's horrific. Like, honestly, it's like, man, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe it's really gotten to this point, and it's scary. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the only thing that's been keeping me sane is staying productive in my house and just staying away from people and just trying to disinfect, clean, and really work out. Like, also, you know, I've been working out, trying to get myself in order, get my because for most of you guys are scared of an infection attacking you. Work on your immune system. Work on your lung capacity. You know, so if you happen to encounter this, your body can fight it off. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of people. I have read some statistics that showed a lot of Black people, African Americans, have dropped dead from this disease that was relatively young. And the reason why is because we are the most out of shape people I know. We are the most unhealthy people I know. And it's like a lot of people in America in general, they're out of shape and everything else. But we have a tendency, we have a lot of obesity in our community, which isn't good for your lungs. Your lungs is already under a lot of pressure from that, you know, overeating, not working out, not making sure that you're okay. Even if you have asthma, stuff like that, that's also a factor too. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of Black people just in general that is dealing with this virus, and they're perishing from it due to previous health issues. And if this is anything, this is something that is telling just the Black community in general is to take some vitamin C. You know what I mean? You know, start taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be guaranteed that you're going to recover from this if you are not taking care of yourself. What's up, Nene? I hope you're doing good on there. You can't recover from it if you're not taking care of yourself. You know, and they're saying like, oh, this is only for pre-existing conditions. Okay, so anybody can have a pre-existing condition. A lot of people sitting there saying it's like, oh, I'm not scared because they saying it's only old people. This is what they do, you know, to try to like make you feel better, like appease you a bit. They gonna say, oh, if you're a certain age, then you'll die. But if not, nobody is guaranteed life. Let's be clear. And it doesn't matter how old you are. And especially if you're out of shape, more than likely you're going to end up perishing from this, which is something that we don't want to happen. So for the people that's out there right now, the people that I know that's from the Black community that's out of shape, this the people in general, if you have family members in general that you know don't take care of themselves, just like really just laying on the couch, you know, encourage them to get their asses up and work out, work on their breathing, work on strengthening their lungs, because this is what this disease is. It's, you know, it's definitely a monster, but it's basically ammonia, an advanced stage of ammonia. You know what I mean? And if anybody that knows just the regular disease of ammonia, that right there is a very powerful illness. You know what I mean? It you know, put fluid inside your lungs. So it's that times 10. You're going to deal with that and all these other things that's coming along with it. So in order for you to get over it, you got to take a lot of vitamin C. You need to make sure that you're taking your vitamins, making sure that you're, you know, feeding a lot of vitamin C into your bloodstream, drinking tea, just building, eating ginger, just building your immune system up to fight this shit. Because if not, when it does come for you, which according to the CDC and all these other specialists, eventually it's going to come for everybody, you're not going to be able to make it. So me personally, what I've been doing is I've been getting my ass up every day, taking my dog out for a walk, an extended walk. When I get home, before I get myself in order, I do a nice hour, 45-minute workout, breathing techniques and everything else, and I'm getting myself in order and in shape. For most of you people that's out there right now that's talking like, oh, yeah, I want to get in shape, this, and this, you have no reason why you can't get in shape now, because it's really not shit for you to do. And on top of that, if you got kids, it's a good way to bond with your children. You know, a lot of people, they have their kids in the house, they don't know what to do with them. Work out with your kids. Get everybody in shape, like people, like for real, because you can either lay there, be a slob, whatever, not get yourself in order, not be prepared for this, and then we have more tragedy. Or you can get yourself at least physically in shape, so if it does happen, a mishap happen that you end up catching this, you'll be able to, your body can fight it off because you built your immune system up. That's the thing that people are not highlighting. All I keep seeing in my timeline about this whole coronavirus, for the most part, is, you know, scare tactics. You know, like, oh, this person is drop dead, this, and this. We haven't seen anything, for the most part, that's being highlighted in our media of preventative measures to keep you or anybody else that you know from actually dying from it and succumbing from this disease. Because, see, people are saying, look, I don't want to catch it. But let's think of it as everybody has it. What can we do to... That's what the main problem is that how can we fight it? We have a lot of people dying from this, and the reason why is because we don't know how to fight it. And if we really did some research on this, with any disease, you really want to make sure that you have a strong immune system to fight it off. And how do you build a strong immune system, you say? Well, working out. Any black people I know out here, do any of y'all do yoga? Learn how to do yoga. You learn breathing techniques, because that stuff really does help. You know what I mean? It helps you to strengthen your body so you can fight and get through the whole situation. Because honestly, if you don't have that, you know, it's going to be a real tough fight to get through. You know, and for the people that's out there that think that they may have it, please self-quarantine. You know, I know the people is thinking, oh, you know, I've seen posts on there where people like, oh, I'm getting arrested because I came out here to, you know, get some D or this, and this. Yeah, all this fun and games until you mess around and you end up giving this to your grandparents or whatever who don't have a good immune system, and they mistakenly die because you out here in these streets when you should be at home. You should go from work to home, home to work. And if you are dealing with anybody, if you want to go chill with that person, be sure that they're actually quarantined and they're not running the streets. And make sure that you're not going to be running the streets. If you really want to just take extra precaution in this situation, and if you are going to be taking the risk of going out, y'all want to sit here and be social and all this other stuff, go to these parks and stuff like that, actually work out and get your body prepared to whatever is about to you're going to have to deal with or undertake with having and catching this virus. Okay, because I just feel like a lot of people they just you know, they just want to do what they want to do and then complain when it gets real, but they're not preparing themselves for it. You got to prepare for this, y'all, like for real. And for anybody that just came in, this is the DJ Jerica Podcast Live. This is my first time on Facebook. I've been on YouTube. Of course, follow me on YouTube. I am DJ Jerica on YouTube. And also for everybody that's out there, of course, I'm going to talk about the celebrity hot topics and everything else. But we're going to talk about the most important thing, which is our public safety, because you damn well these celebrities are going to always be foolish. These celebrities are going to always do dumb shit. That's what they do. That's what they want. They want attention for the dumb shit that they do. That's what the media is here to feed us all the time, is this dumb shit. And sometimes I feed you this dumb shit. I do. But I also want to feed you something that's going to actually help you in the long run in your personal life, because you knowing about the person, a celebrity, and the most recent thing a celebrity did, that's nice. That's great. Whatever. But we got a crisis going on, people. We got a crisis. And if I can help my people by doing this platform, by telling you guys what you need to do to survive through this, from my personal research, from me knowing about this for over longer than they had us in quarantine, I'm going to do that because I'm going to be able to help you guys. You know what I mean? Because we can sit here and talk all day about these celebrities. I know a lot of people come in and see the title, and you're on YouTube or whatever. You see this title like, oh, you talking about Floyd Mayweather's daughter just got arrested because she done stabbed up a girl and this, and this. Yeah, it's important. But what's more important is making sure that my listeners and my supporters are surviving through this pandemic. So I'm going to talk about that, and that's why I'm taking a good amount of time discussing this subject with you guys, because it's very important for everybody to make sure they know the steps is needed to survive this pandemic. Now, also for everybody that's out there that sometimes, you don't have, I don't know, because it's struggling out here. People are saying, fuck this Netflix account, fuck this Hulu account, F this, you know what I'm saying? I don't even got the extra $15 to even do that. The most thing I could do for free is go on Facebook or go on YouTube, whatever. Just so y'all know, I am DJ Jerica, of course, so I DJ. So I do go on and I do my own quarantine thing. Shout out to the person who started the DJ D Nice. Of course, I joined in with a ton of others to keep that going. And give me 1 second, y'all. My thing, I'm over here recording live. And when you're recording live, things go wrong. I got to keep it professional. Where am I? But yeah, so for everybody that's on Facebook right now, this part is for the people that's specifically on Facebook. I come on here on Facebook often, just in general DJing. So if you guys like music, if you like Quiet Storm, like Throwback or anything like that, you can, tune in, check me out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing R&B, hip hop. I love doing a Quiet Storm. I'll probably be on tonight doing a Quiet Storm on my YouTube channel, and on my YouTube and also on Facebook. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys check out. That's just a brief disclaimer before we get into these celebrity hot topics. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the celebrities. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the celebrities. I know that's what y'all want to hear. That's what y'all really want to hear. So, but listen, I had to just get that off my chest about this whole pandemic that's going on for my people. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya, being arrested for stabbing a pregnant woman who is in a relationship with her fiance at the house that he lived in. NBA Youngboy is a rapper, right? Okay, he's a rapper. And you know what? And it's like, before I get into that, it's like women. I know a lot of people think it's like this girl, she doesn't need his money. This is, but just women in general, okay? If you are looking for somebody to be faithful for you, I don't think it's the best idea to date a rapper or like a basketball player. Like, how many people out here think that dating a rapper and a basketball player is like really the end all be all, and think that, that they're going to be living happily ever after? That, just in general. I gotta fix my levels. Let me fix my levels real quick before I go in. Hold on, y'all. I gotta fix my levels real quick, and then I'm about to really go in. Okay, so a lot of people think that, dating a basketball player, dating a rapper is the good life. You know what I'm saying? People think that, I got me a rapper, so my whole life is set. I'm going to have a babies by a rapper who has like a million other baby mamas, and I'm going to, I don't know, make money off of it. Now, mind you, this young lady I'm talking about, she doesn't need the money. It's probably more of a mental thing for her, because her father is Floyd Mayweather. That means I'm pretty sure she got 10 times the amount of fortune waiting for her, or she inherited that with being his daughter. I just don't understand why she would put herself in the predicament of stabbing another female up over a guy. And anybody, I don't really listen to NBA Youngboy's music. Particularly, I don't really check out his stuff, whatever. But for anybody that's out there that do listen to his music, is his music any good? I don't know. Like, like me personally, I haven't even had the opportunity to even check out his music, because all I do is hear him uh on social media trolling. It seemed like he seemed very angry. He seemed like he's mental. He seemed like he doesn't have all his shit together. And it's interesting what people are willing to spend their money on. Like, it's interesting. It's like, you know, let's see how to fix my levels on here. It's interesting. It's interesting what people are willing to spend their money on, to say the least, because it's like people are willing to spend their money on these celebrities and these rappers out here that basically have like no talent, like, and I'm not trying to knock anybody. Whatever your hustle is, do you. Whatever makes you happy, whatever to make your money, do you. But a lot of these people are just literally like nutbag mental cases, and people are just financially funding them. And it's just amazing to me that we are willing to financially fund people like him that could go on social media and disrespect women like that, and also like not only do that, but also disrespect uh, his girlfriend's or fiance's father on a national platform like that, and still have people wanting to buy his records is beyond me. It's like you don't have to have any type of class no more to be famous and actually build a brand. Like, I remember, and I'm 28 years old, and I remember when reputation actually mattered when it came to having a brand and making it and being successful. And these days, you really don't need anything. You don't need to be talented. You don't even need to be talented. You just need to have a big ass mouth and know how to go on Instagram, and you could be famous. Like, how many of you guys feel that way? Like, that most of the people that these rappers out here that they have these days, they really are showing like lack of purpose in regards to their work. They have so much talent, and most of the time they're wasting it, doing dumb shit, and just spreading out sperm all over the place, just having kids all over the place, and making these women look like idiots. Now, grant you, these women have the right to choice; they can choose whoever they want to, but it's just, ladies, be smart in the decisions that you make in regards to having kids with this person or whatever. And I personally wouldn't recommend any woman to depend on lifetime commitment and liability, which is a child, for you to have a financial come up. Like, it's actually more fun when you're able to actually provide for yourself and have your finance order, and then find somebody who actually wants you because they care about you and they actually love you, versus you being someone's baby mama and him having like 20 other kids and got you out here looking stupid. It's like, it's really sad. And it's like, she's so young. But just in general, let me get to the whole situation at hand. So Yaya Mayweather, which is like, I think she's like 20 years old, she's 21, whatever, 19 or something like that. She's 19 or 20, whatever. The daughter of Floyd Mayweather was arrested the other day. Clearly they wasn't practicing social distance. She walked up in there. Her boyfriend, people want to say fiance, whatever, was in, I guess he was with another female who was also carrying his child. And it's like the second interaction or altercation they done had in less than a month. They had gotten into a fight that was caught on tape previously. And this time, I guess she walked in on them being involved or whatever, what was going on. But it set her off. Her and the pregnant girl started to argue. The fight ensued, and it led to the kitchen. And then from there, this woman grabbed two knives and just started to just go, slash and dash. And they cut the girl once, and she didn't really feel it. And then she reached out and cut her a second time. And then, they said they cut her in the arm. The girl was rushed to the hospital. They said she was in critical condition. But I think she's recovered. I believe they said that she has recovered from the resources that I did read. I think it was Love Beast got to say that she did recover, but she was cut in her arm twice. And they had to do emergency surgery to stop the bleeding. For most of you guys don't know, being cut in the arm could be as fatal as being stabbed in the chest, because your main arteries and all this other stuff is there. So I would assume that she probably sliced the main artery, and they had to hurry up and try to patch her back up so this girl wouldn't die. Now, I just don't, and then to add insult to injury, once she's bailed out, her boyfriend, NBA YoungBoy, goes onto social media, right? and wakes her up out of her sleep. Now this girl literally just had to, well, she didn't have to do it, but she did. She literally just cut a girl open, basically did attempted murder for a man who wasn't really thinking about her. He wouldn't have had another girl with him in his house, in his bed, or whatever the situation would be, having these kids all over the place while you're dating this young lady. Okay, he decides to go on social media, start acting a plum fool because Kodak Black, who's also locked up. I'm not a fan of Kodak Black. I don't mess with Kodak Black neither, but whatever. He's locked up. He has a couple of opinions. He says the NBA YoungBoy's a snitch based off of some articles that came out that said that NBA YoungBoy decided to cooperate with the police and stuff like that. And he put up a post saying, on social media. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell is Kodak Black? See, that's the privilege I talk about when you're a rapper. Maybe that's why people want to be rappers so much, because then you get the privilege of being able to send text messages from behind bars and send stuff out like this, but he basically was dragging NBA YoungBoy and saying, why are you cooperating with the police? This is your girlfriend, this, and this. And I guess NBA YoungBoy wasn't feeling it. So he decided to get up at 2 a.m, wake up the girl, Yaya Mayweather, who was still in his house in his bed after she done sliced up the mother of his kids, or to-be child, because it said that he had a few kids. And, it's just drama ensuing. Okay, so he gets on social media and says to him, it was hard for me to decipher everything, but long story short, he was basically trying to say, mind your business. He was basically just trying to tell Kodak Black to mind his business because that's his girl and this, and this. Now, the thing took a left because it was weird because he woke her up and I'm like, what? Is she still? If you got to get to the point where you got to assume the violence to keep a man, why is you in his bed the next day? They ain't got nothing to do with me, but I'm just saying, that's the part that just threw me off when I said, what in the world is going on around here? Ain't nobody practicing social distancing, okay? Then after that, while he's in the middle of having his rant and this poor girl is sitting in the back looking confused as fuck, okay, he comes out and called Floyd Mayweather a bitch. And that's her right in front of his daughter. And she didn't do anything. And I'm just sitting here so confused. Where in the world? What? What? Really? I think I've seen it all today. And then I said to myself, well, maybe off camera she said something about it. I don't know. But it's really, is love really that serious, ladies? Is love really that serious that you're willing to, basically, could be facing up to 20 years in prison for attempted murder or assault with a deadly weapon, because they said that they had to do, surgery on her on this pregnant woman to prevent her from possibly dying. So that could be moved up to attempted murder. And that could hold a lot of time. And is it really worth you going to jail just to say that you were dating some rapper dude? And when you are the heir to someone as prominent and as big as Floyd Mayweather, I just don't understand it. And it's really just disturbing to me. It's really yo, ladies out there and all the plastic dolls that's out there. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, but to the ladies that's out there who think that just their looks is good enough for them to, get by and everything else. It's more things in life in a relationship besides sex and looks. And I feel like a lot of these people out here, that's all they base their relationships on, is sex and looks. And money. Sex, looks, and money. If you have no substance. Because if you did, a lot of these things wouldn't be happening. What happened with her is just what? You are you are Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Why are you fighting over any man? That don't make any sense. You are putting a shame to your father's reputation, your father's name, and you let this boy disrespect your father in public, okay? You are risking your entire freedom for this boy. And it's because he a rapper, we supposed to, I don't know if they think because he a rapper, we just supposed to go along with it because he makes some trap music and everybody's just supposed to go along with it. Me personally, no, I don't go along with it. And I don't care if he sees the video. I don't care. He's not paying my bills. I just feel like people like that is considered dusty. They shouldn't be dating, women shouldn't be dating people like that, whether they have money or not. Look into the character of a man. Ladies, start looking to the character of a man. And if maybe they both had the same twisted mindset, But ladies, man, you got to start looking into the character of a man instead of trying to literally come up off of this person's financial situation. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, hold on, it's still recording. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, she doesn't need his money, this, and this. But something wasn't right with the parenting either. Like, it's a correlation of both. Like, if she's in this predicament where she has the financial being a need, and she doesn't need that guy for money or anything like that, you know what I mean? The other thing could be is just how she was raised and how her parents is raising her and how she's been treated. And I just wonder, like, what was Floyd Mayweather teaching her? How was he treating this young lady when she was growing up for her to just really just want to be with somebody that's this much of a scumbag? Like, I don't know. And it's sad because it's like, it's just so many other young ladies that that's not famous and not this and this that have been involved with him and has kids with him. And they're in a very messed up predicament. You know what I mean? It's very sad. And it's like, everybody's, is probably watching this like, oh, don't mail back this and this. But everyone is equally responsible. But it's also if it's a situation where you're lying, you know what I mean? And oftentimes it does happen where you're cheating on these women and you're playing with their heart and you're pretending that you love them when you don't love them. Now you have all these kids with all of these women and that didn't really sign up for it. They signed up for a family with you and not the entire neighborhood. Like, it's like all of these women have become sister wives. And it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And hopefully, clearly she's going to go to jail. She's going to do some type of time. And if she doesn't, it's because I know NBA don't got the amount of money that Floyd has. So I don't think his money is going to be enough money to keep her from being locked the hell up. But I hope that her father does step in. Or maybe he washed hands of her, because if she's at the point where she's just cutting dudes open and stabbing them, maybe it could be her mom or whatever, because this is not the one whose mom has passed away. Because Floyd Mayweather, just in general, we're going to get on him. He has a lot going on. And, but that one daughter mother is still alive. So, I've seen some video clips and I was watching another YouTuber. I forgot the name of the YouTuber I was watching. Was it Lovely T? I think I was watching Lovely T. And she was just showing like video clips and stuff of her mom and stuff. And it seemed like her mom has kind of like the same mindset. And also, the rapper dude parents said her mom has the same mindset too. And it seemed like a lot of ignorance going on. And then, it's very sad to see this type of thing. And for Black folks in general to encourage and perpetuate such terrible, like stereotypical shit, man. It's like, yeah. But yeah, so, hopefully, I don't even know what to say about that situation anymore. Hopefully she doesn't get that much time. Hopefully, both of them find God and like really just like try to get their morals in order. And, ladies, like just in general, just be selective on who you decide to get in a relationship with, because it can really make or break you, like for real. Because this girl could be in college right now. She could be boxing just like her father was. She could be a lot of things, and she's choosing to be in a situation that underprivileged women catch themselves in on a daily basis in the Black community. And you would think that with some type of financial backing, you wouldn't be in that situation. But I guess that's not the actual case. So on to the next thing here. So let's see. Wendy Williams decided to do a live show, and she called out Nene Leakes and was basically saying that Nene Leakes tried to get her to come on live on Instagram and she wasn't having it. And it's like, it was funny because, I think that was damn near the whole topic of her show. And it's funny because I know that Nene is going to be mad about it, but it's interesting how I feel like Nene is kind of like trying to like use Wendy Williams for clout. And this woman gets paid to talk about hot topics. Like, why would she basically like reduce her brand down to just going on live when she already did it with you one time? She probably want to check. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would she be broadcasting on your IG live for free when she get paid to do broadcasting? That's her career. She's been doing this for like 30 years. Like, so I see what Wendy's side is on that situation, because basically I guess that like all these other celebrities, they gotta have attention, so they had to figure out a way to get some attention by going on Instagram and doing lives and stuff. And now Nene is also doing a live, whatever. So she tried to invite, or just she called her, like actually Wendy said she called Nene called Wendy with a ton of people there on the line with her. And basically was trying to basically force feed her to say yeah with a bunch of people around, but Wendy Williams didn't give a damn, and she told her no. I'm trying to adjust my chair, but yeah. So upon her saying that too, I guess to Nene, Nene was just like, she ain't say nothing about it, but Wendy mentioned it, so I want to see how Nene is going to react. Let me adjust my audio here. Doing my live show. That's some technical difficulties. Where am I at? Here I am. So it'll be interesting to see what Nene is gonna say, because she loves drama. Like, she old as hell, and she still loves to be dramatic as hell. You know what I mean? And if it's just anything, it's kind of like somebody hitting Nene up and saying, "I want you to do a reality TV show for free." And reality TV is what she do. Like, she's gonna get that check. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why would you think that Wendy Williams be willing to just be on there just kicking it with average folks? Like, she didn't go and get her media degree or whatever to be a professional broadcaster. Like, I mean, and if she said she already did it one time with you, don't push it to the limit. Accept it for what it is and move on. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much with that. And then in other news and engagement, Jeezy and Young Jeezy, the rapper, and Jenny Mine, I think it's pronounced her name, is engaged. They announced their engagement to the world today. It said that he basically proposed to her in-house, gave her like a nice ring, a good picture. I'm looking at the picture right now on my page. And since they couldn't travel to Vietnam, and I don't know why this tracker is. Audio is tracking. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta fix something here. It's like when you try to record live, you deal with a different technical issues, and you have to just really work through it sometimes. So thank you for cooperating with me, guys, and working through this with me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Young Jeezy and Jenny Mine is engaged, like I said. And they put up a picture, and it's a really nice picture of them together with the ring or whatever. And basically, he was supposed to take her to Vietnam because I think that Jenny Mine is Vietnamese. And of course, since we had this whole situation going on, they weren't able to go to Vietnam. So he brought Vietnam to her and proposed. So they now engaged. And a lot of people are wondering, will she have any children with him? Because when she was on her show, she made it clear with her previous husband that she never wanted children. So a lot of people are wondering, will her new relationship make her change her mind about wanting to be a parent? And honestly, I think she will. I feel like she's going to end up having some kids with Young Jeezy, and I can just see it happening, And, we'll just see how that. See, I'm pretty sure that this particular marriage, it seemed like it would last. They seem like they really are compatible, But hopefully, it's not a publicity relationship, and I mean that. I mean because they always highlight stuff that they're doing in their relationship. So I'll be wondering sometimes with those type of relationships, like, is it real or is it a publicity? I don't know. We're going to see, because how celebrity relationships last. They don't really last long. Even when they do seem good, they don't last long. I'm not trying to wish nothing bad on their relationship, but I'm just saying, Oh, okay, there I am. I don't know, did I black out? I don't know. But anyway, what else been going on, y'all? There's so many different things that have been going on with these celebrities. So let's see. A quick thing. Who started this no rush challenge? It's been going through the internet for the past, last week. I think it started last week. All of a sudden, I'm seeing people doing this no rush challenge, and basically for most of you guys, I'm not about to be singing the song. It sounds like a Afro beat type of Nigerian rap song, and people basically they pretty much like changed the entire wardrobe. Like the shit would just come dropping. Like for instance, I got this remote and I dropped the remote and shit. See, that's why I can't do no rush challenge. I didn't try that. I can't even catch a damn remote. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck. All right, here it is. All right, so they drop the remote like this, and then they do this, and they bring it all the way into here, and then they boom, and then they wake up, and then all of a sudden, they look like fucking superstars and shit, And I was wondering like who started this challenge, so I decided to look it up, and I've seen the artist that actually made the song. Now I don't know who started the first video, but it just seemed like it went real viral. The first one I seen was a couple of black women. I think it might have been full African, like on the continent of Africa. They had changed to Nigerian attire and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is cool. This is real cool. But now, it's basically gone viral. So a lot of people's doing this. So I decided to do my research on them. And it looked like, I think his name was Bugsy and Young T. That's the people that made the song. I kind of like the song. It's got like a nice little Afro beat to it. Will any of you guys be doing the video? I don't know. But some of these videos, baby, some of y'all don't even need to just even like unveil the new makeover because baby, y'all don't even look. It don't be looking too good sometimes. Like I don't know. Like just make sure that if you do it, just make sure that we can actually see the difference of what the last look was. Like don't do all this and cover this screen and reveal and still look the same. That's like me doing this. And it's still me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still looking like this. Like, I don't look too bad today. I'm pretty fresh. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And then, what other celebrity news, man? I've been on here for like a whole hour, y'all. I appreciate y'all being on here for an hour because y'all don't understand what I had to do to get this shit set up, okay? Like, shit is always a problem, man. It's always a damn problem, man. Like, I was trying to go on live on my other page, and it was some serious technical issues. So I had to like shut everything down and try this again and bring y'all another live and everything else. But I appreciate y'all for taking the time for just even, hitting the watch button just to watch this, whatever. This is like my daytime. Every 2 weeks I always drop a podcast. So it's due. It's been about 2 weeks, so it's due for another podcast. I don't even know how long this is going to be. I got a lot of editing to do because every time I was talking, because I'm recording it live, right? The audio live. But I was recording it, the audio thing kept stopping. It's almost some I don't know, something issue, whatever. So whatever the situation is with that. But I'm getting this together. And I'm probably gonna come on here live more often talking. More than likely I'll probably be on tonight doing the Quiet Storm around 10 o'clock. I always go on the Quiet Storm around 10 o'clock. For everybody who don't know, that is a supporter of mine and want to see and hear some more smooth, cool music. I am there as well. And if you guys want to hear the full podcast that I just did or anything like that, or if you just, you're not, like I said, this is towards the end of the video. So I'm pretty sure if you're hearing this right now, it's because you sat here and watched the whole damn video. But this is what I would just say, just in general for future references. If you don't have time to sit here and watch me, you probably cleaning the house, something like that. You can listen to me on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to me on Spotify. You can listen to me on Stitcher. You can listen to me anywhere worldwide, y'all. Like for real. Let's see. Now I appreciate everybody that hit the like button, but what I really need is something that I want to say is I need you to share. I need you to share the video, okay? Because that is a big factor in regards to the growth of this channel. This is particularly for the YouTube channel and, also Facebook too, but YouTube particularly. It's important that you guys share my videos so we can have more dialogue and everything else and have more people watching and checking out the podcast in general. I'm trying to grow the channel, and trying to get more viewership and everything else and just putting up more content and producing more content. So if you are someone who's watching and you have not shared the video yet, please hit the share button for me. And that's what really matters. I know a lot of people like thumbs up. I like thumbs up, but I also like action too. And being able to share the video is more resourceful for me because that means somebody might click on it upon interest and see what I'm talking about. So that will make it so this channel actually grows. So if you are a listener, a fan, supporter, a friend, or family, and you're watching this, I need your help to help build this brand. So if you can hit the share button, that'll be great. And that's pretty much all for today. I'm just trying to think of what other celebrity news have happened. I'm going to check over some more stuff and make sure. I think that's pretty much all I want to talk about right now. Oh, one more thing. Have you guys checked out the Tiger King on Netflix? Like, that is the most dumbest, funniest shit I've ever watched. So if you somebody who don't like, you know, let's see. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let me continue. So if you are somebody who likes the Tiger King or whatever, or like Netflix, you haven't checked out the Tiger King, you should definitely check it out. It's definitely interesting, and it's about some dude. He's like a zookeeper. His name is Joe Exotic, and he's like a competition of this lady named what's her name? Carol Baskin. Okay, and basically, it's a whole murder for hire plot about how he basically hired somebody to possibly murder her. Now this man is locked up and all this other stuff. Let's see. Y'all, this live is crashing right in front of me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, what is going on? Oh, I think my live just went down, y'all. On YouTube, my YouTube live just went down. See? Ain't this a bitch? See, that's why